Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. This is your host, Brother Rich. I'm joined by Red Pillar. We was actually preparing for this Into Deep lecture that's going to be on the channel either tomorrow or Monday, pay-per-view. We just said what we said about the brother Dick Gregory.
I asked you if you heard that his condition.
Oh, about his condition, right?
He was in dire.
Right. You asked me, and I said no, I didn't hear about that. I said it's funny you mentioned it because I just thought about him yesterday on the train. Yeah. And I thought about his wife. You can't. Me personally, from the interviews I've done with him over the years, I can't think about the brother without thinking about his wife.
Facts.
Because the wife is the person that gave the okay for the brother to interview me.
The interview. Yeah.
And the brother, well, let me just tell you, the brother recently passed away. Well, we just found out about, what, half an hour ago?
About a half, yeah.
So just to tell my experience, because I'm honored and privileged to have interviewed the brother so many times on my channel. If you go to my channel, the popular videos, he has the most popular videos on my channel. Right. Besides Professor Griff. I think Griff got the most popular one. And then it's his videos, like 3 or 4 his in his row. And Blue Pill gave me his wife number, Lillian, and she was real old school. Before I interviewed Dick Gregory, I would have to fax her. And I would fax her. This was last year, 2016, 2015, so it wasn't this is recently. So I would have to fax her my name and my number and let her know my purpose for faxing her. I wanted to have an interview with Dick Gregory. After she got the fax, she would okay it, and we would set up a time that I could interview the brother. But I gotta have the brother's wife. Shout out to Lillian Gregory. Rest in peace to Dick Gregory. He lived 84 years, Red Pill. 84 years,
Legend.
Brother.
Well, the great works that we did with Baba Dick Gregory through the years, I believe we did 5 classic episodes on Know the Ledge. The State of the Union of the Black Race 2012, 2013, and there were a few others. They were all memorable. He was in rare form in every single one of the broadcasts. I'm honored to be a part of the chapters in this man's book. His atlas of life. Blue Pill calls him the Book of Life, the Book of Moses.
Right.
Black Moses, that is. Dick Gregory has been iconic, cultural, standard since the 60s. This man walked with the greats, the legends. This man is affiliated with every single black leader, black entertainer, you name it, through all genres, through all generations. They sat with Dick. So to be a part of that cycle or to be a part of that legacy, I'm honored. The Baba, his 84 years, when you get familiar with his accomplishments, when you get familiar with what he had a hand in, is going to seem like a lifetime. Those 84 years,
he ran for president.
Begin to understand. Yeah, he ran for president. You understand me? And he, even if he did it not knowing that he was going to make it to the end, he said, at least I'm going to make this a part of my legacy. You understand? So he went ahead and he did that and solidified himself as the only black man or melanated aboriginal who ran for president. And that was back then when the so-called those boys was getting funky. So salute to Dick Gregory for that. He's a published author. I'm talking about a plethora of books. He's the author of that. He also has a discography. Let me read you some of the work that this brother has done. Just on that end, not even the comedy side. We have in Living Black and White, East and West, Dick Gregory Talks Turkey, The Two Sides of Dick Gregory, My Brother's Keeper, Dick Gregory's running for president. The light side, the dark side, live at the Village Gate. Caught in the Act, the best of Dick Gregory. Then he has books. Write Me In 1968. From the Back of the Bus, The Shadow That Scares Me. Dick Gregory's Bible Tales with commentary. A book of Bible-based humor. Dick Gregory's Natural Diet for folks who eat. Cooking with Mother Nature. Keep in mind, let's put this on the record, that when it comes to a melanated voice or African-American iconic figure in the health and wellness industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry these days, and it's a global phenomenon, put our brother Dick Gregory right in that place, because he came with the Bohemian diet and also introducing that whole level of multi-level marketing as well. Another book, Up From Nigga. Okay, No More Lies, The Myth and the Reality of American History. Very outspoken, one of the few who did not back down from what he was saying to the face, to speaking truth to falsehoods. You know what I mean? Known for his agility. He also ran or walked to Washington, D.C. I forgot what year it was, but when he came on the show, he spoke of that. You know what I mean? That was a demonstration. The doing, not just the talking and not just the tweeting. You know, Baba Dick Gregory is a pioneer. You know what's one thing he always stressed to me? I asked him, because he real strong voice and real confident. Some people, you could tell they're confident by how they speak. And the tone and the manner in which they speak. And, he had just a real confident energy to him whenever I talked to him. And I asked him, I said, Dick Greg, I said, what makes you so confident to say the things you say? You don't fear for your life? And he always talked about his knowledge and knowing that God exists within him. Facts. Not that it was God is an entity outside of him, but God is within him and within all of us. Facts. That's how he knows he could do what he could do. And one of his ways of connecting with God was fasting. He always talked about the power of fasting. Yes. But he always stressed to me the importance of knowing my worth. And when I got back on the YouTube platform about 4 or 5 years ago, and I reached out to his wife, and I remember our first interview, one of the things he stressed to me was to know how important what I'm doing is. He used to say, yo, the people watching you, you don't know it, but the people watching you, they responded. I had people ask me about your show. And he used to say, don't take this for granted. Don't act like it's just some part-time gig. You got to take this as serious as ABC and NBC take their channels. Facts. So he always told me that, and he always told me how much he believed in me and what I did with my channel. And he actually helped take my channel to the next level. So I want to put, I want to put that out there. On the record. When I came on YouTube, probably 2014, 13, something like 14, that. Yeah. And once I got Dick Gregory on my channel, that's when my subscribers started to get bigger, go through the roof. Facts. Like our interviews. Yeah. He would get at me during the interview. People would think that was funny. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it was, so it was real funny, but you learned at the same time. But I got to thank the brother for what he did for this platform. Yeah, I mean, got to thank him for what he did to this platform. So thank you, Dick Gregory, and thank you, Lillian. Gregory as well. I can never forget her. It was her that told him to come on my show. As well with Know the Ledge. We had to send the facts too. You know what I mean? We had to follow protocol. But it's something that we respected. It was a display of the black family that's, ever so often lost in translation. We don't get to really see that. So, he's immortalized. That's the best thing that I can say. What I would stress is that legacy is all important. You know what I mean? What we'll be doing is we'll make sure that the shows that he did with us get into the stream of the family that are out there hungry for the information. They want to listen to timeless information, because all of the information and the gems and the pearls that he dropped on each one of those shows are timeless. Definitely. And it's all about self-realization. And it's all about self-actualization. You got to remember who Baba Dick Gregory is. He's an orator. He's a comedian, meaning that he can speak about anything without having to what? He can, if as long as he can make a joke out of it and make you laugh, then he could get the message across. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
He was able to cross over. He's what people may call crossover consciousness. Okay? He commercialized consciousness all the way back then because he's Tahuti. He's a writer with the pen. So they went into Hollywood. Him, Bill Cosby, and who else was that? It was him, Bill
Paul
Cosby.
Mooney? Paul Mooney? Or?
Paul Mooney as well. But him and Bill Cosby, when they were in Chicago, they broke the mold of the Step and Fetch It Sambo comedians, and they came with a new form of comedy where they were going in, speaking their mind, and just keeping it 1,000. You know, being not, you know, so he represents that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And he wrote a lot of things. Like I said, we're naming off all of the books that he wrote. He was a published author. You know, one of the people who were, you know, responsible for telling the story of the people. But then his activism, right? That right there is something that, you know, deserves a show in and of itself. And we're gonna have Blue Pill speak on Dick Gregory as well, because they had a very their own relationship. You know what I mean? It was building and whatnot, and he shared many things with Blue. So Blue's in Shasta Mountain right now. When he comes back, we'll have him do his part. But you know, I'm just honored to know the brother. I'm honored to be a part of his legacy. I'm honored to have a platform that he could come on and share his light and help people in their journey. You feel me? And we watched. You know, we know that that's one of the legends, that's one of the immortal ancestors who are going to be able to watch over our people and protect us. Because keep in mind, for all of my astrologers out there, he did make transition right around the time of the great American solar eclipse, which coincidentally falls on the day that George Jackson, Blood in My Eyes, the revolutionary, made transition. The same day of who else?
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner. Then when Nat Turner saw the first eclipse, that's what sparked the rebellious, conscious, awake, woke, the same spirit, the same soul, the same, you know, everything that Baba Dick Gregory stood for, unapologetically African. You understand what I'm saying? That same messianic entity, or that same messianic force, was born on that day, or August 21st, back then. Right. And now the solar eclipse. So, you know, we know that our ancestors, they make transition and then they go catch the, you know what I mean? The whole thing with the eclipse, that has a lot to do with, you know, a great spirit leaving the planet as well. So I'm just we just, you know, nothing long. I just wanted to like I said, this caught us completely by surprise. Facts. Like I said, we're in the middle. It's late. It's, what time is it? It's 11:30. It's Saturday. Today's Saturday, right? Yeah. Well, it's now Sunday. Well, no, it's Saturday. Yeah. But yeah, we're Red's getting this presentation together, and we just caught wind of the news. So I'm gonna continue to look into it. But I just want to put some good energy out there to the brother, his wife, and the rest of his family, his children as well. So I appreciate the brother for his message. Like I said, the thing I take away most is the brother wanting us to know the importance of the divinity that was in us. Facts. It is not separate from us. It is not outside of us. It is in us, ready to be activated. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the brother for his confidence. I appreciate the brother for helping my platform blow up. These are all facts. If it wasn't for the brother, you know, he helped me get to a certain level. So, yeah, rest in power to the brother Dick Gregory. Peace and blessings to Lillian Gregory. Shout out KTL for bringing him on years before I brought him on YouTube with the information. KTL represented on Blog Talk, and
yeah, let's just continue to do what we got to do and get this information out. And, you know, any last words, Red?
I would just encourage those students that are out there, those adherents to the light, you know, seek out the message that Baba Dick Gregory represented in the interviews that he's done with not only our platforms, but with other platforms and whatnot. Go and get his literature, read his writings, understand who this man was. Don't allow the mainstream media in Hollywood to paint him as just a comedian and whatnot. This man has some profound things that he had a treasure troves of information. Remember, nothing happened without, you know what I mean? You had to get the Dick Gregory spin on it. Like, we wasn't satisfied with any story until we heard. There was no case closed until Dick Gregory came.
Everybody say, well, how does he get this information? With the Ron Brown thing. Remember, he was the one that broke that story.
He broke a lot of stories.
Everybody say, yo, the brother, he would read every newspaper in the country. He would read so many newspapers.
So we're now going to be, hopefully, those of us who were not aware of certain things about Baba Dick Gregory, some more greater things that we did not know about him, those things will be, you know, they'll start to make themselves known. I encourage people to just look up on the brother, man, follow up on his works, you know, listen to his words, keep his name alive, keep his dream alive, put him on the altar, you know what I'm saying? Know that he is going to, you know, provide the information, provide the, you know, he's gonna be there as an ancestor, you know what I'm saying? And just know that he's what he expects of the family to carry out, you know what I'm saying? So
on that note, we signing out. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and peace, family.
Yes.